We often get questions from new prospects of ours about what they should do with their after-tax corporate profits from their operating company. So if you're a successful business owner, you likely have some after-tax corporate profits that you're wondering what you should do with. And so I'm going to address that today and give you a few ideas. So we are big believers in RRSPs to a certain extent. I think RRSPs are a great savings tool. However, you want to make sure that you don't put a whole bunch of money into an RRSP. Because the problem with an RSP down the road is that you don't have control over it. When you turn 71, you must move that money into what's called the retirement income fund. And at the age of 72, you must start drawing a minimum amount from that RRIF account every year. And that minimum is based upon your age and the amount in that account. And the problem with needing to draw out a minimum every year is that you might not need that income. And if you don't need that income, you're going to be paying tax on it. So RSPs are a good tool to a certain extent. I am also a very big believer of TFSAs, so tax-free savings accounts. It's a great tool, great savings tool. When you take money out of your operating company, it will be taxed to you either as a dividend or salary, and you take the after-tax profits or proceeds from that and you move it into a tax-free savings account, and there it'll grow tax-free. So the families that we work with tend not to use the TFSAs for their own benefit. They grow the money in there over the long term, and down the road it's a very effective tool to be able to pass money down to your children. So TFSAs, we absolutely recommend maxing those out to the extent that you're able to. Now, that brings us to holding companies. So if you have a proper corporate structure that includes a holding corp off of your opco, you can then move money tax-free from your operating company to your holdco. And investing within your holdco is great because it's going to allow you flexibility. There is no minimum or maximum that you must draw down from that every year, and it offers flexibility. So when you're retiring and you ultimately sell your business, you're probably going to end up with a bunch of money inside a non-registered account from the sale of your shares. You might end up with some money inside a trust, inside a holdco, and all of these are great. And you want to make sure you set all this up properly well in advance, because down the road, when you retire, you're going to need to recreate your paycheck. And so what we do as a firm is we look at all of these different accounts that you have, and then we want to turn on and off each of these accounts at different times so that we can maximize your income while minimizing the tax that you pay. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you have all these accounts structured properly. So that may include spousal RSPs for a spouse, for example, that maybe they didn't work in the business, or maybe they didn't have an earned income where they were able to save up a bunch of money on their own that we can then draw from down the road when they retire. So obviously, all of this information is situational dependent. Everybody's situation is different. So if you want to learn more about this, you want to talk to us about what we do and how we can help you, feel free to reach out. You can reach us at 360wealth.ca. Our wheelhouse is working with business owners who are within 5 to 10 years of selling their business, or they have sold. So thank you. You take care.